Armin, this is a big day for the European Union, and the vote a tough one. After all, Viktor Orban's Fidesz party sits with the main center-right EPP voting bloc.
Yeah, let's have a closer look then at who voted for what in the European Parliament today. So first, we've got a pie chart of the overall situation. So clear majority there in favour of taking action against Hungary, 65%, 28% against taking action on Hungary, and 7% abstaining. So that's the overall picture. But it gets more interesting when you look at the Conservative Party, the European People's Party. So if we can bring you a second graphic to show you that, we've got 114 MEPs there, Conservatives, in favour of taking action against Hungary, 57 against, and 28 abstentions. That gives the EPP the lowest cohesion of any of the groups that voted today, just 35%. Others were well into the 80%, because as you saw in the previous graphic, 81% of MEPs voted along their political party lines. Only 35% there is not 35%, but the cohesion is 35%. So quite a significant number of Conservatives there breaking ranks with their own group and voting effectively for Viktor Orban. If you look at who they actually are, well, firstly, it's Hungarian Conservatives, of course, backing their own prime minister. A few of Hungary's neighbours, Slovenia, which is an immediate neighbour, quite a few MEPs there backing Orban as well. Interestingly, though, a lot of Italian Conservatives were voting in solidarity with their Hungarian conservative counterparts. So although there's this east-west divide, Hungary, not many German or French conservative MEPs, for example, were voting along with the Hungarians, but a lot of quite a few Italians were. So it's not a completely clear east-west divide, because there was this kind of solidarity between Italy and Hungary within that conservative group on the question of migration, notably.
And what happens now? Because the ball is in the European Commission's court.
Yeah, that's right. The European Parliament, of course, doesn't have the power to actually impose sanctions on Hungary. It's not like the British Parliament, for example, in a national parliamentary system. It would be up to the European Council to agree to take away Hungary's voting rights in the EU under Article 7. But, and this is the big but, it would have to be a unanimous decision, so all 28 members. There's no way that's going to happen. Firstly, Poland and Hungary have effectively a mutual defence pact, because Poland itself is facing an Article 7 procedure, so that's already enough for Hungary to block any kind of action. But it's not just those two countries as well. There's the Visegrad group, the V4 group, which supports Viktor Orban on these issues, well, certainly on the issue of migration. And beyond that, we have Austria as well, which is at the moment aligned with the V4, because Austria has a chancellor who's sort of in line with these ideas on migration, but also, crucially, Austria holds the rotating presidency of the EU. They're hosting a summit on this very same issue of migration in Salzburg on September the 20th, and there, no doubt, Orban can pick up a little bit more momentum for his stance and effectively sort of stick a few more fingers up against the European Parliament and say, look, it's fine, you can do what you like, but there's no question that there's ever going to be a vote in the European Council to take our voting rights away under Article 7.
Armin Georgian, many thanks.